What is going on, guys? This is EdoNinjaStormHD, and I know I have not made a video for quite some time though, but I am back here with another Kingdom Hearts 3 discussion. Yes, Kingdom Hearts 3, and this is a very important topic that we need to go over, and I think you guys would have the idea since you guys, are reading the fucking title for crying out loud, but with that being said, I have a special guest here today. Please introduce yourself, special guest.
What is going on YouTube? My name is Prodigy, and welcome. I'm glad to be here with EdoNinja. We're going to be talking about the worldwide release date for Kingdom Hearts 3, about how it needs to have one, or else, we'll explain more of that in the video. So, yeah.
Okay, so, I just want to give you guys a clear definition of worldwide release, because, Square, I think you guys have noticed with the whole, worldwide release back then, when we expected it for 2.8, because, we were getting new content, because, we got Birth by Sleep, Fragmentary Passage, and Keep That Covered, that type of thing. Yeah! Worldwide release, alright! 12 days of a fucking gap! Okay, I'm gonna stop. Anyway, but what we mean by worldwide release is the game being released simultaneously all around the world. There has been a couple games that have done that before, not with a 12-day gap like that. So
yeah.
Oh my lord, I'm just saying, that's something that's needed for Kingdom Hearts 3, and the reason why this is so important, well, Prodigy, I'm gonna let you take it off from there.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go off of what Edo has been saying. Yes, I feel that we need a worldwide release. Of course, you will have those people that say, well, we should be grateful because, usually Kingdom Hearts games will come out, months in between each other, for the different countries. And yes, I do agree that was definitely worse. I'm glad that, I didn't have to experience all that and the internet wasn't, as, flooded as it is now. But the reason that we're talking about this today is because with 2.8, for example, those 12 days, I'm not gonna lie, they were kind of torture. I'm not gonna lie with you. Spoilers were everywhere. Now, I was expecting spoilers to be all over Twitter, but no, it was more YouTube than it was Twitter. Because you're gonna have those people, those YouTubers that get the game early, to Let's Play and then post content on it for views and stuff like that. That will get the Japanese. That's what a lot of people did with 2.8, and it would always show up in my recommended feed. For a person like me who makes Kingdom Hearts content a whole bunch, Kingdom Hearts stuff is always on my front page. It's everywhere for me. So a 2.8 spoiler was very easy for me to find. Luckily, there weren't any major spoilers that I saw, so I still got to experience the game for myself when it came out. But of course, though, the spoilers were hard to dodge, and it's kind of annoying that I had to dodge them in the first place type thing. And Kingdom Hearts 3 being on the scale that it is, it definitely needs to have a worldwide release date. And yeah. It's crazy, because when they announced 2.8, they said it was going to be worldwide. Then they delayed the game because of 15 and all this other stuff we're not going to go into. And yeah, we ended up having the 12-day gap. And I kind of find that really weird. We went from having a worldwide release date to not having one. And that's something that's dumb to me.
And there's another point that I kind of want to make, because people have made comments before that, oh, well, it's better than not getting the game, Japan's getting the game 2 months early and stuff like that. I can agree with you there to a certain degree. The thing that I do not agree with is the fact that they were remasters. I just want to give that out there right now. They were remasters. We already knew the concept about the game. We already knew everything about it. Yeah. So to that degree, that argument is kind of invalid because we already knew what was going to happen. The reason why this is a big deal, like we said before, this is new content that, we want to experience for ourselves and stuff like that. And, there's gonna be those assholes out there that want, want the views and want the money and shit like that, so they make sure they get this shit out pretty fast. So, especially the people who bought the Japanese copy. And, but before, you make any comments about that, I know, please forgive me, I am guilty for buying that Japanese copy, but, I was not, I was not guilty of posting any spoilers or whatever, okay, so, you know, and I was very courteous to people saying that, you know, if you don't want to see the gameplay of 0.2 or whatever, please leave the stream right now. So I just want to get that out of the window. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is what happens. Like, it gets to you. Like, people are gonna be that crazy, i.e. me. Like, they're gonna get that crazy just to get a Japanese copy. And hey, guess what? Technology has evolved. Like, we're getting, like, bigger shit. Like, you know, we can get games instantly now instead of getting, like, importing games from Japan, for crying out loud. No!
Yeah, at least you were considerate when it came to the whole, you know, having the Japanese copy and posting content and stuff. So, yeah, that's something you can definitely clap to Edo for. But if you don't mind me interrupting, another thing I want to point out, since we're on the whole topic of getting copies early and things like that, people have been, like, there's been situations like with Final Fantasy 15, for example. This is personally the first time I noticed it. Now, of course, YouTubers would often get, like, early copies to review and stuff like that, but they're always, like, signed to a contract for how much they could post, I guess you could say. But there's straight up people, like, in local areas, like, I know that a lot of local game stores will get games early and then start selling them early. And that happened with 15, where people were getting the game, like, a week or 2 weeks early, and the same thing happened with 2.8. The same time the Japanese copy came out, there was already someone selling the English copy on eBay. I know people like Shield and Edo got an early English copy, I believe you did too. There was a lot of people that got early English copy. I think Sora Alam did. And yeah, it was just bad. Now, that's a whole different issue entirely, because that's really not anything that we can help. It's more up to their decision when it comes to that. But still, though, to the point, a worldwide release for Kingdom Hearts 3 is definitely needed, because I do not want to play through Kingdom Hearts 3 and already know what's happening. I want to have that fresh experience, you know, like I had with 0.2, when I didn't know what was going on. Luckily, I dodged the spoilers enough. But with Kingdom Hearts 3, I have a feeling that the spoilers are going to be extremely bad if like this worldwide thing doesn't happen.
Yeah, and like, you know, the reason why to that is because, you know, there are some people that are saying, oh yeah, 2.8 is, you know, irrelevant. It's not part of the story or whatever, even though it is. And, you know, there's always those fans that want Kingdom Hearts 3, when they're the same people that just go like, oh yeah, but all those spin-off games are irrelevant and stuff like that, though. But I'm not gonna get into that.
I actually made a video about that recently. Funny.
That's it. There you go. If you guys want to see that, head over to John's channel and you'll see what he's talking about from there. I'll link it in the description below. But on top of that, people are like going like, "Where's Kingdom Hearts 3?" And when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, guess how many assholes are gonna be out there? Oh god, it's like there's gonna be another Keyblade war. I'm sorry for speaking weeb
within the community.
Within the community and out there in real life, because like literally that's how crazy people are for Kingdom Hearts 3. So.
Yeah, people, the spoilers for Kingdom Hearts 3, I feel like, are going to be really bad if Japan gets it earlier. Even if it's like 2 days early, I feel like it will be kind of difficult to avoid spoilers, especially if you're like a YouTuber or if you're on the internet a lot, on social media a lot. It's really hard. I know a lot of people were saying, oh, I'm gonna be off of Twitter for 12 days. Be honest, none of us did that. None of us. We said it, like, we kept saying it, but no one did that. I was on Twitter the next day. I'm not gonna lie, I deleted Twitter and reinstalled it afterward. That's how bad, that's how bad I am when it comes to getting off of social media. This Kingdom Hearts 3 needs a worldwide release date. There's a lot of reasons it does. Mainly because of the spoilers and the fact that, like, Square Enix said they were going to give us a worldwide release date for 2.8, but never gave it to us, which I find stupid. Like I said, it's just dumb.
Since you brought that up, I'm gonna go back to the point that I was trying to make earlier. So, with that being said, with the whole 12-day gap, again, that was new content, and, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 is 100% new content. So, that's gonna be taken very seriously, and it's a full, like, it's gonna be a long-ass game, compared to 0.2, because that was just, like, only a few hours, though, but still very crucial. When spoilers like that happen, you know, I'm also gonna bring up the point with the whole social media thing and stuff like that. People know that, you know, social media, it's a powerful thing, but it can also be everyone's weakness. And, of course, It's highly necessary in order to get your, to check up some messages and to see whatever important news happened and stuff like that, though. There are different outlets, though, but, it's come to the point to where today in our age, we are glued to literally Twitter, Snapchat, stuff like that, though, but you get my idea on that matter. When people post spoilers like that, it's gonna get to people. And when it gets to people like me, that I am very, very guilty for, it's gonna make them want to go super crazy and buy a digital fucking copy of Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah! Because that's exactly what I did for 2.8. No, please don't kill me. I'm sorry. I know I did wrong. I will never do that again to the community. I will redeem myself. So that is the point that I want to get out there. Because like I said, when things like that happen, it's gonna get people crazy. And we do not want riots, or even though it's probably going to happen. As long as, the security is tight, there is a worldwide release date for Kingdom Hearts 3, I'll be happy. Really. Truly, I will be.
Yeah, like I said, Kingdom Hearts 3 getting a world release date is very important because of spoilers and because people just want to experience the games for themselves. I'd rather them delay the game to prolong its development so that they can get a world release date. I believe Uncharted did. I believe that's the reason Uncharted 4 got delayed, so that they could get a worldwide release date out. And I wish Square Enix would do that with the Kingdom Hearts games, cause it's just terrible the way they've been handling release dates with Kingdom Hearts games recently, in my opinion. With most games, it's not even months in between. With the Kingdom Hearts series, I don't know why the community has kind of developed this sort of exception when it comes to that. Oh, we should be grateful because it's only 2 months instead of 6 months this time, or it's only 12 days instead of a year. But still, to the point, Square Enix is one of the few companies that I feel does that. A lot of companies, when they do release games earlier for certain countries, it's usually by only a couple days, and it's never by weeks or months like it is with Kingdom Hearts, and that's something that really, really annoys me. It's like Square Enix is showing some sort of I don't even know what to say. It's like they favor the Japanese players more than anything. I know that's not actually the case, but it's hard to not think it is, especially with Unchained Key, which I have a whole separate video I'm going to make about regarding that. But it's just Square Enix, they need to stop showing favoritism towards Japan. It just annoys me, I guess.
Yes, I understand onto that matter. Again, it may not seem that way, but it's definitely, it is conveying to us here, for here that are outside of Japan, that I love the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Yeah, and of course, I would just want everyone to keep in mind that, again, Tetsuya Nomura has already mentioned they know when to release Kingdom Hearts 3. They already have a release date in mind. They have not said anything about it. We may have it again this year, hopefully, and I would want to see worldwide release. Oh no.
I feel people took that really out of context. People were thinking, they have a release date already in mind. I feel like it wasn't that they have a release date already. I think it was more of there's a certain goal they want to make. I feel like a lot of people were thinking, oh, they just signed on a release date. No, that wasn't the case. They're probably just aiming for a certain goal. That's what I'm thinking. From what Nomura meant by that.
Of course, and I want everyone, again, if you guys have kept up to date with Kingdom Hearts news and stuff like that from Tetsuya Nomura and other interviews that's been going around, I believe, if I can recall correctly, it was mentioned that Kingdom Hearts 3 still has ways to go. So, again, right now, I just want to, take their sweet time with it, just relax for a bit. I don't want to worry about a release date, because the minute that I hear a drop, ooh, oh my lord, I'm gonna have a heart attack, and hopefully, it could either be a good one, or a bad one. We'll just have to see on that matter, because again, worldwide release date, that it is highly, highly necessary for a game like this, and keep in mind, this is the final installment for the Dark Seeker saga, all the way from Kingdom Hearts 1 that started a decade ago, or so, to now, literally.
I also want to bring up the point that regarding 2.8, spoilers compared to what Kingdom Hearts 3 spoilers could be. 2.8, although it was a new installment into the series, most of it was a HD collection, be honest. Like, cause 0.2 was around 3 hours, key back cover was around 1 hour, and then you had Dream Drop Distance, which was a whole, like, 7 hours or 12 hours worth of gameplay. So there's not really much of a comparison. All the new content in 2.8, I'm not shitting on 2.8, but I'm just saying all the new content in 2.8 is about 4 hours worth, I feel like. When in Kingdom Hearts 3, from the way, like, now I'm going by what Square Enix has been telling us and, like, what they've implied through interviews and through screenshots and trailers, Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be a big game. It's going to be a really big game. If each world is going to be 2 to 3 hours long, because they said 0.2 is the length of one Kingdom Hearts 3 world, then on top of that, Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposed to have the most worlds in the KH series, from what Nomura said, then, yeah, this game, I can easily say is going to be more than 24 hours, probably way more than that, I feel like, probably double that. I'll even go that far. Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to have way more to spoil than 2.8. That's the point I'm trying to get across. So, spoilers with Kingdom Hearts 3 are going to be a big deal as in regards to how 2.8 was.
Yeah, and like, you know, again, since it's gonna be a big game, and you know, hopefully all of our questions will be answered in 3. It should be at that point, since it's gonna be the end of the Dark Seeker saga. So, there's gonna be those assholes who are gonna be like, oh, did you know that Marluxia came back? Or, oh, did you know Xehanort was actually a good guy or something like that? Like, even though what he did was wrong, he was actually the good guy for the whole entire time, and there's actually, like, you know, a bigger villain, like the Master of Masters, bullshit like that.
If Luxu takes off his hood in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I see a picture of it before the game actually comes out, I'm firing someone. I'm gonna say that right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, maybe we'll be the cause of, you know, having a riot. Like, literally, I'm not, oh my lord, I will actually fight people for it, literally, one by one. Paxis, meet me there. Shit.
Yeah, like Edo said, there's going to be a Keyblade war within the community if Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't get a release date. Now, yeah, I feel like we said most of everything we needed to say. Like, we expressed ourselves enough. You could obviously tell our passion for this topic through this video, I feel like.
Indeed. So, that's the point that we just wanted to get across to you guys of why the worldwide release date for Kingdom Hearts 3 is very, and I mean very crucial to the community. You know, not only in Japan, but here in the US and other, you know, fucking nations and shit like that. So, there you go.
Yeah, okay, so anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, share, favorite, comment, and subscribe to both me and EdoNinja's channel. This video will be going up on my channel as well if you're watching on EdoNinja's channel. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. This video's main purpose was to spread the message of why Kingdom Hearts 3 needs a world release date, because honestly, I feel like if we put our voices out there more, because one thing I've noticed, the Kingdom Hearts community is extremely quiet when it comes to expressing themselves, and I feel like we need to like express ourselves a lot more often in a positive way, because there's a lot of negativity in this community, but there's a lot of positives as well, and I feel like the positivity needs to get out there more, because people have this false impression that the community is all negative and full of ignorant people, which I don't believe is true. So yeah, but anyways though, like I said though, I'm rambling. Please go subscribe to EdoNinja's channel if you aren't already. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm Prodigy.
And this is EdoNinjaStormHD.
And we will see you guys next time. Peace out.